All right, let's get started. So welcome to Agent Marketing Academy. My name is Dave Marzinki. I'm with Movement Mortgage here in Mission Viejo, and our team covers all of California, several states outside of California as well. So if you need anything mortgage related, we're here to help. But we get into these, we're doing these presentations periodically throughout the year, and it's all focused on technology and leveraging social media to help you grow your business as a real estate agent. So today we're going to be going over just a high level overview of Google My Business page, how to get one set up, what it's all about, key things to look at, and make that work for you, because it's definitely something that you want to get on top of if you haven't set up your Google My Business page. So now keep it interactive. We'd love to see any questions that you have, put them in the Q&A tab or the chat window, so that way we can address those questions as we go forward through the presentation. All right, so let's jump into this. So this is what we're going over today. We're going to go over the what and why of Google My Business. We're going to talk about how to set it up and optimize your account. Main thing about getting client reviews on your Google My Business page, and then getting found on Google search, and then some of the insights that you can use to see how your Google My Business page is performing on that. Okay. Now, before we jump into this, just in the chat window real quick, does anybody have a Google My Business page set up already? Have you gone through this? Love to see if anybody's got that in place. All right, Manon says he does. Ruchika, Marcelin, okay. Cindy's not sure. James does. Wonderful. All right. Well, hopefully we can give you some information about how to make it stand out, how to optimize it. But let's go through this. And if you have questions, definitely jump in. So what exactly is the Google My Business page? It's a free business listing platform that allows you to display your business information on Google Search and Google Maps. And your business listing includes a description of your business, contact information, client reviews, photos, videos, questions, and content that you can post. So you should set up a Google My Business page listing so you show up when consumers do a local business search. And you definitely want to make sure that you're found in the local area. So it helps you stand out, helps your online presence, helps people find you that are doing local search. All right, so Google My Business, as we talked about, is a free tool, and it helps you manage how your business appears on Google Search and Google Maps, right? And there's all these different things that you can take a look at with your profile, okay? So what does it look like? If you haven't set this up, you have basically, and if you've ever done this, you search for a company depending if you're on the mobile site, on your phone, or if you're on your desktop or laptop, this is going to be differences in how this appears, okay? But you're going to have your search panel, your local map pack, which lists 3 top people they call that the 3-pack, and your Google Maps listing, okay? So these are the different areas that you can show up. And basically when you do a search, it's going to show local companies, and it's going to have information and how to contact them directly to your phone and also your website, okay, after you set that up. So why is this important? This is important because 82% of consumers use a near me or local search with their smartphone before deciding on a business. So moving companies near me, real estate agents near me, mortgage lenders near me, etc. So it's definitely something that you want to optimize to help you get found on local search. All right, and so Google My Business influences all 5 pillars of this online visibility. So how often are you publishing new content on your website, your directories, and your social media? Based on relevance, is what you're creating valuable and useful? Does it provide answers to the questions people are searching for? Distance, where are you in location to someone's search? Does Google know that you service that area and that person is searching from? Prominence, do others link to your website as a source for knowledge and expertise? And then availability, are your business hours set to open? in the moment that someone is performing their search. So these are all things that we're going to walk you through to make sure that you optimize on this. All right, so how are we going to set up your account? If you have a Gmail account, then you already have a Google account. If you don't have a Gmail address, then you're going to need to get one to set up this feature, okay? And that means you need to log into your Google account through your Gmail address and to set up your Google My Business listing. And the best thing you can do is go to google.com/business and then click on Manage Now if you have that Google account. If you don't, create the Gmail account and then go into this website address afterwards. All right, so next it's time to find your business and add it, right? Add to your profile. So you can use the search function to see if your Google already has a record of your business, or you can click the blue text at the bottom to add your business to Google, right? So if you're over here on the slide, if you look in the lower left corner, it says add your business to Google. Then you want to add a location customers can visit, like a store or office. You click yes or no. This is important to make sure that you have some type of location that you can tie to your Google account, because that's going to help you show up in local search. Then enter the general area that you serve local customers, and we can always go back and edit this later, okay? And then you're going to want to follow the prompts to enter your address, add in your business information, including all your business contact information, your service locations, and your category. Now, this is very key that the phone number you put in here matches the phone number that you have in your website, matches the phone number that you have in Facebook, matches the phone number that you have on Instagram, all these things, because the more relevancy that everything's congruent, Google uses that in their algorithms, okay? So you want to make sure that these addresses and phone numbers all match up across all of your profiles. And then we're going to enter our business category, right? So we have real estate consultant. That's a business category that Google has for real estate agents, okay? There's a few numbers to keep in mind. There's over 3,000 Google My Business categories. You can only select one primary category, which gives the most, is given the most important in Google's algorithm. And the Google category for real estate agents is real estate consultant, okay? For mortgage loan officers, it's mortgage lender or mortgage broker. And again, we're going to go through here, enter your contact information, enter your website address. This is the website address that's going to display in your Google My Business listing. So make sure that it's one that's up and running and active and has content posted to it, okay? So Google's going to need to verify your business listing, okay? And they do so in most cases by sending out a postcard with a validation code directly to this address that you put in here. So make sure it's an address that you can get mail at on that. The validation address needs to be a physical mailing address, not a post office box. And even if you go to the office once a month, as long as you can receive US mail there, you can validate it. So don't, if you have a box at UPS store or anything like that, it's not going to work for you. You need to have a verified US mailing address that you can receive mail at. It's very key to make this work. All right, let's see if we have some questions here. All right. Got a question in here. So I have problems with posts. Sadika says, I have problems with posts. I cannot post my social stuff. I can only post photos under photos, but no posts. Okay, Sadika, we're gonna have to get offline and go over that on your page so I can take a look at it. But you should be able to have posts and also photos and videos on there. So let's connect afterwards and see if we can address that for you. Okay, Cassandra, type in when you sent that, requested that postcard, because it's going to take, probably about 5 days to get that sent out to you. If it hasn't arrived yet, then we can go back to Google and trace it backwards to see where it's at. All right, so what are some of the tactics that you can use to drive local reach and leads with your Google My Business page? All right, so like your other social media accounts, you can add personalization to your Google My Business profile. In fact, it's very important that you do this and you have a complete business profile. You can add your profile photo, you can create a cover image for your Google My Business listing. And recently Google added the capability to allow businesses a 30-second video. So this could be your agent profile video or a tour of your office. You want to show customers what they can expect when they arrive to the office, that type of thing. And then how will they know they're in the right location? You want to make sure that those photos and exterior and interior photos of your office kind of match up with what you place on Google. So make sure you take recent photos on that. You know, if there's any local landmarks that are key next to your office and where you have it, make sure you can upload pictures of that as well. So, let's see if we have some other questions in here. Can we do a different mailing address from the office address? Yeah, you can do a different mailing address as long as it can be sent to your address and you can receive the postcard there and use the verification code that Google sends you. So some agents decide to do it to their house or if they have another office location. So it all depends on what you feel comfortable with and where you want things sent. Okay, but it's going to appear in Google search. That address will appear there. All right, so Alicia says if we have multiple services, real estate, lending, construction, do we need different profile? No, you're going to have one profile and then it's going to be under, put the main, like if your main business is real estate, as a real estate consultant, then put that. If your main business is mortgage lending, put that. There's other services that you can add into it, layer it on your business profile, but you're going to want to pick one that you focus on. So like we said at the beginning, there's only one primary category that you can place on your profile or your business listing. All right, so after we complete our accurate information, we have name, address, phone number. This has a significant impact on how much visibility your business gets in local search results. So that's why we said we want to make sure that it's consistent and accurate. Business name is consistent and accurate across all platforms, your hours of operation, your address, the spelling is the same, the formatting of the phone numbers are the same. So this is very critical that you have this set up across all platforms so that, because Google goes out and looks at all this information, and if there's discrepancies, then it's not going to be a positive on how you rank in the algorithm. So. And you want to make sure that you keep your business profile fresh. So, if you have holiday parties or anything like that, or different events that are going on at the office, post photos of that. Just have constant contact with your Google My Business profile and have updates that go along, because the more recent information and posts that you have on there, that's going to help you in your ranking there in your local search. So post new photos and videos, any activities or events that you're doing, you want to make sure you feature those on there. And of course, any holidays, post that information as well. And then part of your profile is that you're going to want to provide a brief description about your business. You can add up to 750 characters, and that tells you why your business is unique and what you have to offer the customers want to know about. So, and you want to add the most important information first, because Google will only display the top 250 characters, right? So you want to put all that important information at the top of your description. So just to recap, what makes you unique? Don't put any URLs or links in that description. And Google displays only the first 250 characters or words at the front, at the top. Now, one of the most important things you can do with your business profile page, your Google My Business page, is to get reviews on there. because these reviews show up, and you guys know this, if you've ever Googled a business, you always see the reviews and the number of reviews that are on there from a Google My Business page. And so you want to click on that and you're going to research those, right? So you want to make sure that reviews are put on your Google My Business page. And so you can, after every transaction, you should always have a system in place to ask for those reviews and direct people to your Google My Business page to fill out a review there. And one of the cool things that Google does is that it notifies you if anybody posts a review on your page. And so you can go in and you can respond to that. And the more responses you put on those reviews, that's going to help out in your search algorithm as well. So keep that in mind. You want to make that a practice, is where you're responding to those reviews. Now, your customers or your potential customers can also send you text messages from your Google My Business page. And this is a great way to connect directly with people, right? So to get started with messaging, you're going to log into your Google My Business dashboard and click on messaging there. It's on the left-hand side. There's a little table here on the left with all these different things, and you want to click on messaging. And then once you have messaging enabled, you can set up an auto reply feature and you can add a welcome message. So boom, it replies right away. It says, hi, thank you for your interest in our home loan services. We'll get back to you within 24 hours or 12 hours or whatever you want to say. Now, before you can set up messaging, you do need to verify your account, right? So remember that you have that postcard and you verified your account, because you can't do this until your account's verified. Okay, so let's jump in here and see if we have any other questions. All right. Now, Google has a thing called the 3-pack, okay? And the Google 3-pack is the method that Google uses to display the top three results for their local search. And anytime you do a search, right, you're going to have a map here, and then you're going to have 3 names that show up underneath that map. And that's called the Google 3-pack. And we want to make sure that we appear in that 3-pack if we can. Right, so in Google search engine, the 3-pack or local pack is called, it's a prominent local map listing that presents to consumers the 3 business that Google considers most relevant for the highest quality. Okay, so that's where you want to be. That's where you want to jump in. That's where you want your profile to show up. So when there's users that are on the mobile device, they can just click and add a blue phone icon. So click the call. So on mobile only, you can see this little phone thing here, and Google makes it seamless for a consumer to reach out directly to you and call you. So very critical that you make sure you have that phone number and that you want to have customers be contacting you on. So question, $1 million question is, how do we rank in the 3-pack, right? What gets us there? So you should know that 3-pack results can change depending upon where the person is conducting their search, right? Businesses that appear on a Google 3-pack are location dependent, okay, within the radius of where that person is searching from. So it's all about local relevance. That's what Google's trying to push here. So, however, you can optimize your profile to increase your chances of appearing in the 3-pack by entering in different areas that you service, right? So these are the ranking factors that Google uses. The relevance of your content that's on your Google My Business page, the distance in relation to where that person is doing the search from, and the prominence here. Let's make sure we unpack all that, go through it. Okay, your relevance, right? Your business ranking and local search correlates directly with the completeness and accuracy of your Google business profile. This is because Google wants to be able to display such information about a business to consumers. You know, it wants to display as much information as possible. So the more information you put in your profile, the more information Google has to research and decide whether or not it's relevant to the buyer. So step 1, you want to make sure that you have a complete profile, and you've added recent pictures and verified your content, verified your account. Right. So prominence, how does Google decide that, right? So these are based on reviews, right? Google reviews add trustworthiness to a business. And so Google ranks businesses with a high volume of good reviews higher. According to Bright Local, 88% of consumers read online reviews and 85% of people trust them just as much as a personal recommendation. So the average number of stars makes a huge impression on customers, and listings with five-star reviews earned 69% of the attention on the 3-pack, while 4 stars earned 59% and 3 stars 44%. So the number of reviews is important too because of consumer trust. So 83% of consumers read an average of 2 to 10 reviews, but 7% read 11 to 20 reviews. So you want to make sure that you have solid reviews on there as well as, a good number of reviews that you can put on there, right? So we want to make sure that we get the Google reviews, very critical. We keep adding them, so you want to have a system in place so every deal that closes, every referral that you get that has a great experience, you want to make sure you have a system in place that asks for those reviews, and you want to stay current with your content on your site. So pro tip is, once you start receiving reviews, you want to make sure that you reply to all your reviews. So before you can do that, you need to have your account verified, of course, but you remember to go in there and make sure that, turn on the notifications so that anytime a review shows up, you get notified and you can immediately go in there and respond to them. It doesn't take much, just a simple response. Thank you. It's great working with you. Those types of things. So another third way to rank higher on Google Maps is to embed a Google map onto your website. So if you have a landing page or a website for your business, you want to embed a map onto that site, right? Most businesses place a map on the contact page of their site. Embedding a Google map is just another way of telling Google that your business is located where your listing says it is. Use the same address that you have on your Google My Business listing. And to embed a Google map on your website, first set up your Google My Business account. Once you have that set up for your business name, you click on Share and select the Embed a Map tab. Copy and paste that code, that HTML, onto your business contact page. And if you need help, obviously get a person, whoever manages your website, to help you out with that. So, but it's fairly easy to do. So your website connects to your HomeSnap profile. So how do you separate the two? So Debbie, we'll have to get into that offline because there's some things that you're going to have to do to go through and with your web person to helps you out with that to take care of that. So. All right, so because it's that important, you need to build a strong presence on social media and gather online reviews on other review sites as well. Think realtor.com, Facebook, Yelp, to establish yourself as a local business that has loyal followers. So not only through the Google My Business page, but also through your other social media platforms, the biggest one being Facebook and Yelp. If you can get reviews on there as well, that'll tie this all together under Google's algorithm. All right, some ideas to get reviews going, right? So a quarterly review drawing. So Dustin Garrett here at Team One Group, they have 114 Google reviews and they have different photos as well. So you can create a monthly or quarterly review contest with your database and send a My Video email to your past clients and give the links out to your Google page, Facebook page, Zillow, and tell them if they leave a review on 3, they will be entered into a drawing, for something that you want to do. So it's definitely something to drive reviews and get reviews on that. What else does Dustin have on his profile? Events. This shows Google you're active and kind of pumps up your juice in the Google algorithm. So you can see the event listing right here from Facebook. So it kind of ties it all together. Anytime you're doing an open house, anytime you're doing any type of event planning in the community, whether it's charity or anything that you're involved in, you want to make sure you post that information in on your Google My Business profile as well. Yeah, he did link his Christmas event from his Facebook page to his Google My Business page. So this helps Dustin show up in search because he's hitting on all three areas: relevance, distance, and prominence. All right. So hopefully that gives you some good insight in that. All right, so Google My Business Insights. Google has insights that if you are interested in tracking the analytics and how your Google My Business page is performing, Google gives you this and it sends it to you once a month via email, right? Or you can go into it on your site as well. But it's just a great window to kind of see interactions, where your views are coming from, the amount of reviews that you're getting, how you're showing up in search, all those different things. So if you want to nerd out on that, it's something that you can do. Okay. Here's a snapshot though of Dustin's. Garrett's profile at 2,500 showed up in 1,800 searches and 3,000 activity. So all these, it's over a 28-day period. So you can see the activity that's going on with this page. Accessing the Insights section is very easy. You go into your Google My Business page, you have the Insights section over here on the left, and it'll take you there. And so for support, there's also support.google.com/business, and they have a lot of different ways that they can help you getting set up, answer questions, go through, get some training on it, all those different things. So definitely check out the support page as well. But as we want to recap, make sure you get your account set up and that everything's the same across all platforms as far as your address that you're using, your phone number, your email address, your name, how everything's spelled out. Make sure it's all the same across every platform. And then you want to make sure that you're activating that account, getting that verification code, and then going forward and making sure that you post current content onto your Google My Business page. A lot of us forget about that just because we're so focused on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. But making sure that you update your Google My Business page is critical because it'll help you rank higher, the more relevant and recent content that you have on there. All right. So now you know how to set this up. If you have any questions, let's get into it. I'd love to sit down with you afterwards, schedule some time. So reach out there if you'd like, and we can do that as well. So we had one other question here. It said, sorry, I heard that you said to post open houses on your Google My Business page. Is this on your website or in a separate area on the business page? Okay, so on your Google My Business page, you have a separate area where it says posts, and you can create a new post. So it'll have a little button that says create new post, and you can create that event right there. All right, so what did we learn? We learned the what and why, how to set it up, making sure that we have a system in place to get reviews, getting found on Google search, and then understanding the insights there. So we'll keep it open. If you have any questions, let us know. Be happy to answer those for you. Yep, and the recording will be sent out tomorrow. Sadiqa, I'm going to give you my phone number here and give me a call so I can get into this a little bit more for you, because it sounds like you got a little bit of stuff going on there. All right. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate your time today. Thanks for coming, and we'd love to see you guys at another session here. And OC Realtors is going to be sending out information on the next classes. And so we'll be having a few more of these this year. So have a great day, everybody.